Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start the conversation here in just a few minutes. Hey. Got,
We online? Have you shared it about?
we have 60 viewers at this point.
Well, I just got off the phone. Kim just got here, so we're ready to go, I guess. Not begin the
I just
tree.
wanted to like push you out of the tree yesterday.
The sun's out. We should do this outside next time.
Oh, we could. Should we go outside?
We could go over.
On this bench right
Yeah.
here?
Might be a little noisy out there, but it's your call. You're the mayor. You ready? You want to take it outside? Let's do it.
Be nice. It's nice out.
Point it this way. Hey guys, we're going outside because it's pretty and we all need sunshine.
Oop.
Ooh, might be a little bright. I need some sunglasses.
You want me to grab them?
No, that's okay.
So the sun's that way. I need to be pointing this way.
All right.
Do y'all want to
We
sit
just
down?
stand in here.
Okay.
Stand in here.
The lighting is nice.
Is it good?
Yep.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for checking in with us again on Facebook Live. Again, folks, this is not over. We have to be diligent. We have to be even more diligent. A couple of things today that kind of resonated with me. One, the state is reporting, I think, that Sumner County's 36. We actually know our numbers are at 44 right now. And the other thing that I heard in the governor's conference this afternoon is that young people in our state are disproportionately testing positive. So on the one hand, it shows that a certain demographic or a certain age demographic is doing as they should and staying home and staying protected. But it doesn't sound like our young people are. So folks, we've got to get serious about the social distancing and making sure that we protect ourselves, because by protecting ourselves, we're protecting those who are most vulnerable. Remember, those are the ones who are most likely to have poor outcomes if they were to contract the illness. So please just help us spread the word. Of course, Kim Baker is here from the Gallatin Chamber. You're actually working on something right now to help spread the word about the importance of doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yep. And I don't think we're ready to launch it just yet.
Oh.
But I don't know. Are we? I guess we could. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting ready to launch a new campaign county-wide in collaboration with our Sumner County Health Department, other chambers and municipalities in the area, and it is Stay Home Sumner. We'll be rolling information out later today, but it's encouraging folks to stay home. We know that everybody's getting a little antsy in their house. We know that you may have been pent up in your house already for a week to 2 weeks, but we're not over yet. just because you've been home that long doesn't mean it's time to go out. It doesn't mean that our businesses, it's time for them to open back up and return to regular operations. We need you to continue to stay home and stay safe, really to show some love, like we said yesterday. Show love for those you care about. Stay home. That's how you can show love right now. I know it's a weird way to show love, but it's really, really important. It's as it gets warmer, it's going to want everybody to get back out, and you're going to feel like that, but we don't want you to do that just yet.
It is a great opportunity to get out in your yard.
Yes.
I'm hoping it's sunny this weekend. I actually might be able to till up a garden and start preparing for some spring planting. And even if you've never done that before, that might be a way to pass some time and do something really productive. Stay in your space with your family and get out there and enjoy some sunshine. I do think having the sun around will make us all feel better emotionally and mentally and probably physically as well. We thank you for doing what you're doing. Again, we appreciate our local businesses immensely. Extraordinary efforts being made to keep serving the public and offer their services in new and unique ways. More and more businesses are coming online every day, offering unique options for meetings and services and goods, and so keep your eye out for them. Remember that the Chamber has the Pandemic Pals program going.
Just matched 3 people before I left the office.
Wonderful. I had a message on Facebook last night from someone, do you know anyone that can help me with some shopping? I said, I do.
Yes.
So appreciate that effort that the Gallatin Chamber is undertaking. It's really helping members of our community who may not be able to get help from anywhere else. Spread the information about that to people who may know. In this community, I want to make the point, I'm not aware of any churches who are holding large gatherings. I've heard different ones may or may not be, but it is very important that we follow the governor's orders and not to gather in groups of more than 10. I think we all need to be safe in that way, and we're protecting everyone by doing that. Certainly, I think I haven't seen anything that's really caused me concern, except that those numbers continuing to go up. I do think that we are going to see numbers continue to grow, and at some point we hope to take a right on that graph and start our curve where we might start coming back down in time. But right now we still have to be very, very serious about what's in our community, what's in our state, what's in our country and our world, and we are going to eradicate this disease by stopping the spread of it, or maybe not eradicate it forever, but until they find a treatment. The way to eradicate it right now is to stop the spread of it and not letting anyone else get sick from it. Your thoughts, Kim?
I'd echo what you said. If you're still meeting in different kinds of ways, that really needs to stop for now. And if you need help from the chamber, if you're a business, I've heard of some fitness facilities and some restaurants that we're still struggling with trying to think outside the box. We're happy to help you. So, hang on, we got a fire truck.
Of course. We certainly thank all of our folks in public safety who are on the front lines right now, responding to calls and trying to take care of people in need in our community. It has to be particularly scary for them and their families, and we want you to know that we are thinking of you all and praying for you all.
I would say, too, I'm going to take an opportunity to share something I observed earlier. If there is a call and you do see them showing up with masks and gowns, like if they showed up like that at your neighbor's house, that doesn't mean that anybody there is necessarily infected. That's how they are showing up for all calls right now. I actually had to make a call earlier about something, and they all showed up and actually called the mayor and said, I've made a scene and I'm very sorry.
No, you did not call the mayor.
You called me? She called me.
The mayor called Kim and said, are you okay? Because there's an ambulance and fire truck in front of her office.
Yeah.
I want to drive home the point of the numbers, the importance, the fact that it is still spreading in our state. Today the state reported 784 on the daily reporting. Actually heard the media reporting 905, and Johns Hopkins, if you've been following that tracker, they're reporting 814. So we may be a little behind on the official state report numbers, but I don't think those other numbers came from nowhere. So we are continuing to climb, and we need to stop continuing to climb, and we're going to do that by stopping the spread of this virus. And appreciate your ideas, your suggestions, your care for your neighbors, and helping each other any way that you possibly can. We keep bringing you these updates, lovely First United Methodist Church bells across the street, because we want to communicate information. We want to continue to address the seriousness of this, but we also want to be positive and hopefully spread a little bit of happiness. I got one of the sweetest messages last night on Facebook, and she was talking about how much she enjoyed our daily updates, and she said she was reading a book on happiness, and she said the way to spread happiness is to give it away. And so we certainly do want you to find happiness in whatever struggles you have right now. There's a silver lining if you look for it. There's a four-leaf clover somewhere in your yard, and there's a flower to be grown, or a tomato seed to start, or something that you can do within your family that is probably very important. Do you want to mention what's going on at the Sumner Museum? That might be something that I don't know about.
That is a good idea. If you don't know, my husband is the executive director of the Sumner County Museum, and last night they launched a new campaign. They work hard to preserve the history of Sumner County, and this is History Book Days in the making right now. We're living it. And they are asking the community to share stories from all over Sumner County about what this means for you right now. He received his first this morning, and I'll let him share the whole thing, but it was a letter from an 8-year-old here in Gallatin, and it was very interesting to see an 8-year-old's perspective on what we're experiencing right now. So if you have pictures of good things that are going on, if you have kids at home that are journaling, if you're capturing businesses, do things unique. Richard Suter, local photographer, sent me some really awesome photos that were kind of interesting today of the grocery stores and some different things that he had taken. So if you've got some of those, submit those. I think the email address is covid@sumnercountymuseum.org. So he'd love to see those and share those.
Another interesting thing, kind of related to what you're talking about doing, actually posted the link on my Facebook page this morning. There goes another fire truck. So this morning on my personal Facebook page, I posted a link to something that came up on my Google alerts. And it was an article, it was an opinion piece written for a newspaper in New York. And in this article, this man was recounting in 1978 when his child was a student at a school here in Gallatin. And we had a very large snow that winter, and we were out of school for about 2 months. And he said, not only were we literally not able to leave the house because everybody was snowed in and there were very few cars equipped for travel back then, we were having power outages, and guess what? We didn't have social media or cell phones or internet. And he was talking about how all these years later, he remembers that as such a fond memory. So there are good memories to be made in this time, and these memories will hold up better over time if we have less bad associated with them. So help us do that. Keep sharing your love the right way by staying away from those you love and care about, and let's keep everyone safe. And
Jeff, do we have any questions we should answer?
oh, sorry, I forgot.
Oh no, I'm laughing because behind the scenes, Star Ranch is sharing about their steaks and things they're selling on the side. But maybe Kim, you can remind people that some businesses are open, some are closed.
So yeah, there's a lot of businesses. There are some restaurants that are temporarily closed right now. I know Oscar's, Cancun Lagoon, and Osaka are some of those. They did not jump on the to-go and carry-out train for whatever reason, and that's totally fine. They'll be here when we all get through this. There are many others that are operating with different procedures, and including to-go and carry-out, and some even have delivery. On our website, the Chamber's website, gallatintn.org, you can find a page called Open in Gallatin, and it lists all of those carry-out options as well as some other resources for community members right now. I picked up, if you're friends with me on my personal Facebook page, I picked up a large bag of frozen meat from Chef Christopher yesterday, and so that was kind of interesting. We've got enough meat to last us for a few weeks.
And they're not, and there's some restaurants that aren't just doing single meal options for a single person. They're doing family portions. They're doing frozen meat and different things. And so check out what's available around here. Certainly Star Ranch had a really unique offering. I think we talked about that yesterday.
Eat like a king in quarantine. That's what they called it.
And Ovation threw out a shout out that they're doing online lessons as well. I did want to ask City.
That's a good way to keep occupied. Ovation is music lessons. So if you've got someone in your household wanting to learn how to play an instrument, check out Ovation's page.
Now, if people come to City Hall, the doors are closed to the public, but we have numbers posted outside the doors. What about city business and how we're operating right now?
Okay, right now the City of Gallatin has the buildings totally closed to the public. We are trying to stay on track with all of our city business. We may have some reduction in services over time, but right now all of our employees are socially distanced and essentially quarantined within their space from each other, but we're still processing permits, still accepting payments. There's a drive-through at the end of the building. There's also a drop box there. And then on all the doors, we have phone numbers and email addresses posted. You can certainly call in. We'll get you to the right department. You can call the mayor's office at 615-451-5961, and we're taking lots of calls.
Speaking of that, we've had a few people mention marriage license and county-related items. I know county offices are closed. How do you get answers on what's going on with the county services?
I think you might try reaching out to them by email in hopes that someone is monitoring those emails. I do happen to know of someone who has obtained a marriage license in the last couple of days, and that may have been something that the clerk did through not actually being at the county building, but I'm not sure that they can do that for everyone. I mentioned the other day, if anyone has a license already and their wedding plans have gotten disrupted, but the day is still special to them and they want to get married on whatever day, I can actually officiate. So I'd be happy to do that if anyone needs that service performed. We will socially distance, but you and your new spouse don't have to.
We're on day 2 of the Gallatin Strong Challenge from the Chambers page. I'd encourage you to check over there and do those, where it's just a fun way to get involved in the community right now from keeping a distance and just some activities you can do at home with your family. Today we're asking you to write letters and cards to seniors in our facilities. They can't get out, they're not seeing visitors right now, so that's tough on them too.
So yeah, and I thought that was a really beautiful one for today, because I think that age population appreciates the written communication more than most, and certainly those who are homebound right now, that would be really meaningful. So get out that old stationery, or make some stationery and send a card or a note or a greeting just to someone who can't get out and visit right now, and let them know you're thinking of them. With that, we're thinking of you every single day. So loving our community, even more now than ever. I think we all are going to have a new level of appreciation, and that's because of you and because of this situation. So stay tough. We are, and we will get through this, and on the other side, we're going to be better and stronger. And one day, we're going to be able to have a conversation and say, guess what? We're getting better. We will. So take care. We'll see you
See you tomorrow. Bye.